If you love bread, but you worry that it might not be the healthiest choice, our first guest is here to help. Here to share how to enjoy a healthier loaf, we welcome back baking instructor and author of the new cookbook, Mama Bread, Adrian Hale. Great to see you. Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Remind us about the name Mama Bread, because it's such a sweet story.
So Mama Bread comes from my kid wasn't able to eat bread when they were younger, so actually healthy bread is part of my story. They weren't able to eat bread, but my grandmother's a concentration camp survivor and always talked about how bread saved her. I didn't want to have our family table not have bread, so I learned how to make healthier bread. So that's what this book is all about. My kids started calling this bread Mama Bread, and here it is.
I love it. Great legacy. Let's continue making great bread together. So we're going to talk about sourdough and sourdough starters today.
Yes.
And healthy bread. How do we kind of incorporate that into our routine?
Okay, so healthy, it's easy to get a healthier loaf of bread with these 3 easy choices. Okay. So whole grain, it has all the parts of the, the bran and the germ, which those are micronutrients are located in that part of the grain. And it's lacking in our diets now. So whole grains, a diversity of grains, if we can do more, some rye, some millet, some different kind of stuff, and sourdough. Those 3 things can make a healthier loaf of bread.
And the multigrain and the sourdough, I mean, those are great tastes to begin with, so why not?
Yeah, I mean, I love them. We eat a lot of our family breads. These are, actually, I just pulled these off of our breadboard today and brought them here.
Beautiful.
So this is like what we've had for breakfast.
So if we're not one of those people that started baking at home during the pandemic and we don't know about sourdough and starters, where do we begin? Okay,
so you can just look online, there's lots of instructions. I'm going to show you how I feed my sourdough. I do teach classes, it's all on, and I have it all in the book. And this is all on connected from your site, I think. So anybody who wants to reach out to me can, but I'm just going to demo how I do my sourdough starter. Okay. I went to France this summer, brought home some little yogurt jars.
Those are adorable.
And that's what I keep mine in. But this comes out of the fridge once a week. I get a clean container, put it on a scale, and then I will just wet my spoon to make it easier. Okay. Grab a little bit of this starter from last week. That's kind of fermented already.
Right.
This was started by a friend of mine who she made it in her kitchen by doing this over and over until it made bubbles.
Okay.
And some water.
Because is it basically just flour and water to begin with?
Exactly. Okay. And it's basically trapping wild yeast and bacteria. Sure. They start to live in symbiosis. Okay. Now I'm going to just put some flour.
It's like sharing plant cuttings with your friends. You just keep it going. Okay.
It's so true. Yeah, it's like, I can make this and share it and keep it going. And so the cool thing was I went to go visit that friend of mine in France this summer. That's where I was, and brought this back.
Fun.
We made bread together with something she had created but didn't keep going. And so that, was a super fun.
This is an internationally traveled bread that we're making today. Very exciting.
Now I'm just stirring flour and water together. Okay. And it is just going to sit on a counter for about 6 to 8 hours till it starts to bubble. It'll have like a domed top. Okay. And if you could see through this, which sometimes I use a glass to, like when you're learning, I suggest that, then you can see the bubbles in it. But it'll look domed, have bubbles, and then you're ready to make bread. And so, I have a lot of recipes in here, and I do actually on my site have sourdough starter as well, but you can make it in your own kitchen just like that. So.
You can make it, you just kind of need the time.
You need, this, I'm going to cover this and let it sit. So you do need time, but it's a lot of hands off.
Right, exactly. Yeah. You have to have patience is all.
It definitely takes some patience. It's like, I like to think of it as sort of a meditation, because especially if you're working at home, you can get up, check on things every now and then. But I have all these were made with sourdough, and this one is like a bread that I made this week, an experiment. So it's kind of fun because you don't always have to make the same exact bread.
What all is in this one here?
So actually we had a Jewish holiday this week that talks about the 7 species, and I wanted to make a bread that has all 7 species.
That's so cool.
So it's olives, pomegranate, molasses, dates, raisins, dates, figs, and
so
it's got I don't know if that was 7, but yeah.
But what a special project for
Yeah.
you to put that time and care into it, and then you
Yeah.
get to break bread and share with your family and friends.
Exactly, and I can just cut into it now. I haven't seen it yet, but we can cut into it.
Please do.
I brought this because this is what I bake in.
Okay.
Just to kind of show.
Yeah.
But you know, let's cut into it and see what it looks like.
Oh, this is so fun.
I've never made this bread before.
What a
so-
fun experiment, though.
And it was wheat and barley.
Okay.
So it has the two, like I said, diversity.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
There it is, right there.
Okay, that looks delicious. I love it. Hey, thank you so much. It was great to
thank
see you.
It was nice to see you.
Learning so much. And healthy bread. We can eat bread and be healthy.
I mean, yeah, enjoy it.
That's great news. Okay, we'll have more information about Adrian and her new cookbook, Mama Bread, on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.